You watch 100 Mile Drive, a channel where I teach you to buy the right car. But today I want to talk about the most important component in the car that most people completely overlook when shopping for a new car. Well, is it all the premium features and options on the car, or is it acceleration, braking, handling? Well, in this video, I'm gonna uncover why most people, when they buy their car, they literally regret it days or weeks later. Only if they knew this one component, they would have never bought it. And also, I'm hoping by the end of this video, I'm gonna change your perspective on how you buy your next car so that you can be happy with it for months and years to come. So let's start. Is it all the premium features and options on the car? As an example, I'm gonna use my BMW X3 M40i. As you can see, this is M40i, not the 30i, so I wanted this exact car. It comes with upgraded 20-inch wheels, bigger M Sport brakes with red calipers. This car is also spec'd with a premium package, so it has a bigger screen, parking assistance package with a top view, carbon fiber trim, panoramic roof, head-up display, Harman Kardon audio system. As you can see, this X3 is spec'd really well, but is this the most important thing in the car? No. So let's keep moving. The second thing is acceleration in the car. Is it important? Yes, of course it's important. We want our car to feel good, right? Even if it's a Toyota, or in our case, it's a BMW. So, well, you know how excited we are at the dealership. So let me go ahead and start the car. I'm gonna put it in a Sport Plus mode because if I'm test driving BMW, that's how I'm gonna do it. Sport Plus, aggressive transmission, D. I'm gonna put my sport display. So let's go ahead and test drive this BMW. It's raining a little bit, so we're not gonna go really fast, but you know, it's a rainy day. We decided to buy a car today. Ooh. And the first thing you'll see is how exciting this car is, right? Well, guess what? That's what BMWs, especially the V6 engines, can do. And here's the thing, now you looked at all the options, you spec your car, you obviously, you know, happy with its acceleration, and that already puts excitement in you, right? And from this 5-minute test drive alone, you are ready to buy a car. Actually, let's do one more quick acceleration since we are approaching a stop sign here. Stop, let's go. Man, all-wheel drive in a wet road does really, really well. The car does not slip, it just goes, period. And there's a Mercedes stuck here, or maybe not. All right, so here it is. Acceleration is important, and even if you are test driving a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, you still want to make sure that you are happy with how it is at pickup. But can you really test drive everything? For example, like highway test drive? No, you can't, right? I mean, there are some dealerships that allow you to do it, but most of them will not allow you to do that. And that brings us to the most important point of my channel, and that is, before you buy a car, sign that contract for 3-year lease or 5-year loan. Do not settle for a 5-minute test drive around the dealership block. Instead, rent a similar car for a day from places like Turo and drive it for at least 100 miles. Like, spend a day with it and drive it on the city streets, highway, and if you can, twisty roads. I'll explain why, so that you can answer the biggest question I'm answering on this channel. How does it feel to drive? Okay, only after spending a day with the car, you can tell whether you're gonna be happy with the car or not. And let's get back to acceleration. Is it the most important thing? It is important, but no, it is not the most important thing. Let's move on. And second thing is braking. Oh wait, we're gonna have to brake right now. And brake. Yeah, it does pretty well. This is BMW with M Sport brakes. So is braking is the most important thing in the car? Well, let me tell you this video is not about safety, right? We obviously want good brakes. This video is about being happy with the car, right? Being happy how it does everything. So yes, brakes are important, but are they the most important thing in the car? Another stop right here. Let's stop right here, brake. Oh man, this car brakes really well. No, braking is not the most important thing in the car for our satisfaction. Let's keep moving. The next is steering. Is steering and handling important in the car? Absolutely, it's important. Is it the most important thing? Well, Let's see, steering is important. Like this BMW, I love how it steers. It's like kind of medium weight steering, and as you go faster, it kind of tightens up. Also, in more sport aggressive modes, it is a tighter steering. Now, especially the ladies, I notice that they are concerned a lot about steering, especially when you have a family that you're holding with you, and you don't want sometimes heavy steering, or vice versa. Some Toyotas are being criticized for lighter steering, like you want it to be a little bit better weighted. But all modern cars, from what I've been reviewing so far, including Toyotas and Lexus, they've improved a lot on the steering. But is it the most important thing when picking up a car to be happy with it in long term? No, it's important, but not the most important thing. Let's keep moving, guys. The next important component in the car, suspension and ride comfort. Is it the most important component? Well, let's see. I'm driving right now on my Tampa Avenue, the road where I usually test suspension in the car in my videos. And this X3 M40i does pretty well. It's a firm car, it has a shorter travel suspension, but I like how it soaks the bumps. It kind of glides over them. And also I swapped these run flat tires for regular tires, so the impact with the road is very soft and it feels good. And also air pressure I'm keeping a little bit lower, like 5 psi lower than recommended. So this car is fairly comfortable for a sport SUV that has 382 horsepower. Now, is this the most important component in the car? The answer is yes, this is the most important component in the car. And the biggest problem that I see with most people is that they test drive the car in around the dealerships, especially in many places where there are good roads. All you can really do is just ride around the block on good roads and say, oh, it's a smooth car, right? This word smooth drive, it's either used by the salesmen that go on a test drive, or we typically, excited about the new car, even if it's a firm Mazda, if it's a Subaru, like a WRX, the firmer cars, we still feel it's smooth, right? It's a brand new car and it feels smooth until you actually take this car on your daily roads and actually spend more time with it. So let me summarize this. So basically, why suspension or ride comfort is the most important component in the car, and you absolutely cannot ignore this. Well, because look at this way. Acceleration, do you feel it every second you're in a car? No, right? You accelerate, then you keep going, especially on the freeway. Braking, yes, braking is good for safety, but again, we're talking about satisfaction. Are you braking every second in the car? Absolutely not, right? What you feel every second you are driving the car is the chassis suspension. And this is the most overlooked component in the car by most people. Don't you know people that you've heard who've driven, let's say, Hondas in the past, then they moved to Toyotas. They thought Toyota was a smooth car, but literally days later said, no, I should have bought another Honda maybe. Or Mercedes versus BMW, same thing. People jumping from BMW to Lexus, they thought they'll, get a smooth, nice ride, but literally days later they were like bored of the car, but they're in a loan now. So I hope you get the point here, and the only way to know if you're 100% happy with the car is if you can rent it for a day, like I said, from places like Turo, and spend the whole day with the car, like drive it on your city roads, drive it on the highway, make sure you're happy with your seats, you can cruise in the car, spend like hours with it, and take it to the twisty roads. And why twisty roads? Well, because that's where you unpack the car. That's where everything is put to the stress. You don't even have to drive a car fast, but your engine, your brakes, your chassis, that's where everything shows how good of a car is. Even if it's a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, it'll show you in a dangerous situation, can this car overtake anything on the road or not? So I hope you found value. And oh, by the way, if you also want to watch another video on how not to buy a wrong car, where I exactly go over driving cars on the city, highway, and twisty roads and show you how you should be test driving it, then make sure to watch that video. And I'll see you next time.